I'm going to make you yawn. Not with a trick, not with a sound, just with words. Because simply by talking about yawning, describing that slow stretch of the jaw, the deep pull of air, the watering eyes, some of you are already feeling the urge rising. If you're not yet, you probably will before this video ends. And that alone is deeply strange. How can reading or hearing about a yawn make your own body do it? How can watching a stranger yawn across a room reach into you and pull the same reflex out of your body against your will? The answer to this small, everyday mystery leads somewhere unexpected, to the invisible thread that connects your mind to every other mind around you, and to one of the deepest truths about what it means to be human. First, the basics. Contagious yawning is real, it's well documented, and it's powerful. See someone yawn, hear a yawn. Even just think about yawning, and your chances of yawning shoot up dramatically. But here's the first clue that something profound is going on. Not everyone catches yawns equally. Young children under about age 4 or 5 barely catch them at all. And people who struggle with recognizing others' emotions tend to catch yawns less often too. That pattern is a giant flashing arrow because it tells us contagious yawning isn't really about being tired. It's tied to something else entirely. It's tied to your ability to connect with other people. The word for that ability is empathy, and it sits at the heart of this mystery. Study after study has found that contagious yawning is linked to empathy, to your capacity to unconsciously tune into and mirror the internal states of the people around you. The more naturally you slip into another person's emotional world, the more easily you catch their yawns. Which means that involuntary yawn spreading across a room isn't a sign that everyone's sleepy. It's a visible physical trace of an invisible connection, minds unconsciously syncing up with one another. To understand how, you have to know about one of the most remarkable discoveries in neuroscience. Deep in your brain are cells sometimes called mirror neurons, and the idea behind them is astonishing. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform that same action. When you see someone reach for a cup, a part of your brain lights up as if you were reaching for it. When you watch someone get hurt, your brain echoes a faint version of that pain. Your brain is, in a very real sense, constantly simulating the people around you, running their actions and feelings through your own neural circuitry as if they were happening to you. You don't just observe other humans from the outside. You quietly become them, moment by moment, on the inside. Contagious yawning may be one of the most visible outputs of this deep mirroring system, your brain simulating another person so completely that their reflex becomes your reflex. Now step back and feel the full weight of what this means. That contagious yawn is proof, written into your body, that you are not the sealed, separate individual you feel like you are. You experience yourself as a single mind, locked inside your own head, fundamentally alone. But you're not. Your brain is built from the ground up to leak into other brains and let theirs leak into yours. You catch yawns. You catch emotions, moods spreading through a room, tension you can feel the instant you walk in, laughter that becomes irresistible once it starts. You catch panic in a crowd and calm from a steady presence. We are constantly, invisibly infecting each other with our internal states, and most of the time we have no idea it's happening. This is the machinery that makes human society possible. It's why we can cooperate, comfort each other, feel what a friend feels, cry at a stranger's story in a film. That same mirroring that makes you yawn when your friend yawns is the foundation of compassion itself, the raw ability to feel your way into another person's experience. The humble, involuntary yawn is a tiny daily reminder that the boundary between you and everyone else is far more porous than it feels. You are not an island. You are a node in a vast, silent network of minds, all of them subtly resonating with one another all the time. And here's the thought to leave you with. Right now, as you've listened to me talk about yawning, your brain has been simulating it, mirroring a yawn that exists only in words, and for many of you, producing the real thing in your own body. Think about how intimate that is. A person you've never met reached across space and time through nothing but language and moved your body. That's not a bug. That's the essence of being human, our extraordinary, inescapable connection to one another, showing itself in the smallest possible gesture. You caught a yawn from a voice in a recording, and in doing so, you proved that no mind is ever truly alone. So go ahead and yawn. You've earned it. And if the science of how deeply we're wired to connect fascinates you, wait until you hear why simply being near other people can synchronize your heartbeat and even your brainwaves with theirs. That's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and thanks for watching.